हा ना, मी एका दिवसात केलंय 1.5 डे मध्ये.
हरकत नहीं, खूब छान काम करता है तुम्हें, करत रहा असं. अभी ऐसे हो तुम लोग सेकेंड ईयर में, जब क्लब्स में जाओगे तो बहुत प्रेशर डालेंगे तुम पे हम लोग. एनीवेज मेरे तरफ से स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट हो गया रे. मैं तुमको लिंक भेजता हूँ.
ओके,
लिंक कैसे आता है? हाँ.
शुड आई स्टार्ट?
Yeah, just a second, I'll just set it up. ये YouTube का लिंक है. ये लिंक है.
Go on, you just tell me when you start.
Okay, I am ready and I'm also sending you the link on WhatsApp. प्रज्वल आपको भेज रहा हूँ मैं. और आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, मैं म्यूट कर रहा हूँ.
Okay, Prajwal, you send that to Rohit. मतलब हाँ, वैसा करो. प्रज्वल जितना हो, अपना रोहित जितना हो सके उतना ये लिंक सेंड करो. बहुत है लोग जो आने का ट्राई कर रहे हैं. Am I good to go?
Yes, Sakshi, you are.
Cool. So, hello everyone, I'm Sakshi, and I'm going to host this debate. This is the second debate, the second episode of the WC Skill Show. And welcome everyone. We have our participants here and the judges. The judges on board are Chetna, Khushi, and Karan. And these are our seniors. So please, everyone should start with the debate like in 5 minutes. All participants, are you here?
Yes, here.
Yes, we are here.
Yes.
Support team?
Yes, we are.
The opposition?
We are here.
The opposition. Okay. Now, the topic
Sakshi,
for
we are facing
this
echo.
debate.
Sakshi, we are hearing echo.
Okay. Everyone mute, please.
Sakshi, I think the problem is from your side. Have you joined with 2 devices?
No, just one. No, just one. So no, there's no echo right now.
Yeah,
It's totally fine now.
Yeah. No, fine.
Yeah,
So
now-
the topic for this debate is possession of nuclear weapons by a country. So we are going to start this debate in 5 minutes. Everyone on board, be prepared. Chalo, judges, are you prepared?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Okay, cool. Now we should start with this support team. Support team, the first speaker should speak up. Start now.
Okay, so first of all, very congratulations Sakshi Deshmukh and team for conducting your first debate successfully. And
Thank
also
you.
best of luck to my oppositions. Best of luck to my opposition team and also my teammates too. So hello guys, my name is Anil Patak. Very good afternoon to all of you. So as topic given by the team is a powerful possession of powerful nuclear weapons by the country. Then why every country must possess a powerful nuclear weapon? So I would like to start a great quote by the former Prime Minister of UK, Margaret Thatcher, that she says, and I quote, "A world without nuclear weapons would be less stable and more dangerous for all of us." I think this is the most powerful statement given by most powerful lady for possession of powerful weapons. Because today every country has fear. Because today every country has fear of nuclear weapons. Either it is nuclear state or non-nuclear state. Rather, I would say, since today nuclear weapons are there, that's why Third World War is prevented. Until today, due to nuclear weapons, we have prevented our Third World War. So we have seen that Indo-China conflict, Pakistan-India conflict, and other, they are not getting on the large scale. Nuclear weapons are preventing this. Also, if there were no nuclear weapons, then I think that we people had killed almost 10 times more people than Second World War. As we all know that nuclear weapons are used in Second World War. Almost 15 million people were killed at that time. But if if there were no nuclear weapons, then until today date, we have fought most wars. But the nuclear weapons had just prevented that wars. So it is the most important point. So major reason behind Israel. So for example, we can take example of Israel. Why Israel is flourishing these days? Because Israel has nuclear weapon. Know their enemies have that guts to attack Israel. Like we all know that Israel is surrounded hostile enemies like Palestine, Iraq, Iran. If their enemies have fear of nuclear weapons, that's why they are not attacking Israel. If then there almost if there was no any nuclear weapon, there will be no Israel, no religion called Judaism. So I think nuclear weapons, that's why the most important aspect of the human invention. Also, I think nuclear weapons are nothing but equal to nuclear energy. Recently, our Prime Minister announced that in the Conference of Parties 26 that India will achieve net emission zero by 2070. So nuclear energy will play major role in this, in the medical sector, agriculture sector, all other sectors too. Due to nuclear weapons, the world is stable. Also, every country had a right to ensure their national security. As we all know that why India tested nuclear weapons? Because China had already tested nuclear weapons and Pakistan also had that. So for ensuring our national security, for ensuring our stability, economic equality, we tested nuclear weapons. It is for our security as well as pride. So I think it is good to have nuclear weapons. Today, Indo-China conflict does not taking a big or large scale form due to nuclear weapons. We are humans. We all know that how to use things, how to use them in a good manner, how to use them in bad manner too. As countries which possess nuclear weapons are responsible countries, they know how to use it. Thank you, but I would like to say at last, every coin has two sides. One is head, other is tail. That is, everything has its bad effect too, its good effects too. So nuclear weapons are destructible if we use them in wrong way, but they are useful if we use them in a particular way. That is the nuclear energy, peaceful way, establishing good economic relations. So thank you. Nuclear weapons had maintained our Mother Earth safe. Thank you for giving me chance.
Good going, Vedant. Nice start. The opposition speaker should speak up now, but I'd like to say, stress this fact, like there are only 5 minutes for every speaker. You should give your statement within 5 minutes. You should not prolong it. Opposition speaker, who is going first?
Hello everyone,
Hello.
I am Sheetal. Today's I am going to discuss on the topic possession of powerful nuclear weapons by countries. First upon, the nuclear weapon invented by Robert Oppenheimer, father of atomic bomb, said. So we know that
Sheetal,
nuclear weapon.
Can you please switch on your camera?
No.
We'd like to see you. Is there a problem?
Yes.
Okay, she's camera conscious. Let it.
Okay. So we know that nuclear weapon is the most powerful form of explosive. In the destructive power of nuclear weapons is just one threat to consider. It has ability to kill more than half of a million people. It has power to destroy the planet and end of the life everyone life. So I want to say that we should use the nuclear weapons for only development, defense, but not for destroy other countries for our purposes. The size of the nuclear weapon is relatively very small, but it is affecting major overall around the world. That is example. The United States exploded two nuclear weapons over the Japanese cities Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 6 August 1945. The United States exploded on the Hiroshima cities, in which 129,000 people were killed, and it is an unthinkable condition because there was innocent people who was killed. So, and it's a bad effect that is they causes long-term effects such as radiation, poisoning, and bombing induced leukemia would eventually raise this estimate 19,000 to 140,000 people, sir. and so faced as a result, so faced with the threat of continued two bombings, Japan choose to surrender, ending World War II. So, and the need of the today is that every nation should be careful about the use of the nuclear powers, and that is weapons. All countries have big responsibility to use the nuclear weapons. That I sorry. So I want to country. So all countries should make protocols considering welfare of peoples and follows the us about the nuclear weapons. So thank you.
We'll
So,
start, Sheetal. So the next speaker, second speaker from the supporting team, should speak up now. Mind the time
so
limit, guys.
good afternoon, everyone. I am Mandar Patil, and I am the second speaker of supportive group. As we know, Robert Oppenheim, an American scientist, invented an atomic bomb. But we cannot erase this invention. But we have to consider that if invention happens, it will happen. People will use this invention in good manner or in bad manner also. The first time USA bombed Japan, because USA know that ki Japan have not capability to fight back or like that ki set back towards USA. They don't have the technology of nuclear weapons. If Japan would have the technology of nuclear weapons, they will Japan will definitely bomb the Washington DC or New York and make the more big mass destruction than USA. So to knowing that things, USA bombed Japan. Also, we have to know that after the World War II, the Cold War era starts, and USSR also made the nuclear weapons. So the fight between USA and USSR, Soviet Russia, starts for having the race in having more nuclear weapons. Means we have to learn from our history that key nuclear weapons are due to use of nuclear weapons, people were afraid, and they have to means they stop using that stop using war option also. Also, see my point indirectly is that nuclear weapon holding ensures the security of our motherland, home country, from external threat in enemies and supremacy, and also held the supremacy than the other. As we current say, the current nuclear weapon holding countries, which around of 7 to 10 nuclear weapon holding countries, they have their own aim motive to counter their enemies or to hold the dominance in their neighboring countries or their enemies. We also say that like India, like democracies, the peace living countries also hold the nuclear weapons. Reason behind is that the per, proper geographical position or the history of that countries that needs that key people security of peoples needs the nuclear weapons. Also, each and every country had right to secure their peoples from external threat and motherland. If country were safe from his borders or from other external threat, all the other factors like peace, humanity, environmental issues will deal inside our country. First, we have to every country sees that their homeland, their motherland is secure. As we know that NPT, a Non-Proliferation Treaty by United Nations, as signed by 191 countries. That is the first step to counter that no other countries than P5 countries, means five powerful countries, make the nuclear weapons other than these countries. But due to this regulation, India-like countries had to take a chance and fight with all the Western countries and make their nuclear weapons and tested in 1974. I have to ask one question: that are you recognize Mr. Dr. Homi Jahangir Baba, who is the father of nuclear program of India? If you recognize his work, then you are the quietly supporting the nuclear weapons, because the Homi Jahangir Baba shows the reality that, to the Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, that if we hold the nuclear weapons, our enemies will quit and they will start the peace talks with us if we hold nuclear weapons like that. After and also we have to say after World War II, nuclear weapons means the powerful nuclear weapons are the Brahmastra of this age. From to ensure it ensures powerful nuclear weapons ensures the dominance on our other countries and also keep quiet our enemy, and so we can focus our further missions towards technology and growth. And also because of world is changing and shifting towards the globalization, privatization like models. Today, the trade is more important than the before expects. Like in World War II, people were fighting for the physical boundaries, but today the people are first securing their trade, and also they are securing their technologies. Also, now we have surrounded by many technological gadgets and all technological things. We have to see the origin or the technological countries where from them. Means like USA, China. They are having remarkable contribution in this field. But also at the back end, means in other hand they have the most powerful nuclear weapons holding them. Means like I want to say that like if you hold the powerful nuclear weapons, you have the guarantee that other enemy countries will cannot attack this our country, and also our peoples were secure from this. And my point is that if you possess the powerful nuclear weapons, it is the point that who are using it, means the leadership, the uses and possession improvement or increases in the number of nuclear weapons is depend upon the totally leadership of that current country. If our leaders were so mature and responsible, then we use this for only self defense. And if we have the face the leaders like Adolf Hitler or current Kim Jong Un of North Korea, then people from world have to suffer from such leader. But at the end, the truth will win. Means Adolf Hitler is died. Means like that. If some 2 3 bad leaders there, we have to suffer. But if we have the leaders like Atal Bihari Vajpayee or Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, they make the no first use policy. They draft the India's principle. They draft the India's nuclear doctrine, that no first use policy. If we have such leaders, then we don't have to worry about the possession of nuclear weapons. I think that India is so much responsible that and always ready to take challenges from world. And also the today's current nuclear power holding countries are responsible and mature about their holding capacities and their power. And I also want to say that if you say take the example of Japan or Switzerland countries, like if you say that they are not holding nuclear weapons and they are very developed. But see, the Japan and Switzerland are the members of NATO, means North Atlantic Treaty Organization. They are under the umbrellas of USA, France, like nuclear power holding countries. Means every peaceful countries or not peaceful countries are ensuring their security first. Like India, see the position of current nuclear weapon holding countries. They are the independent countries. Means like for example, China. China is not the member of any organization or they means at the worst time they have to fight from themselves. India is also independent and responsible country that India had need to develop nuclear weapons. So India developed nuclear weapons like that. Means every nuclear possessing countries have their own aim and motive to ensure their security. So at last I want to conclude that दुनिया उसी के सामने झुकती है जो ताकतवर हो और जिसके जिसके अंदर झुकाने की ताकत होती है. Thank you.
Great, Mandar. Now the second speaker from the opposition will speak up. Pratik, I guess
Hello.
it's you.
It's
Oh,
me,
Pranav.
Suraj
Go
Devang.
on. Suraj.
Thank you for organizing such events. My name is Suraj Devang from Electrical Branch. I would like to speak against the motion for this topic. I would like to first ask a question. What Vedant said, we are not having World War III because of this nuclear weapon. The point is that we are having wars. There is ISIS, there is Russia over Ukraine. There is a various several issues that is going on. There is no nuclear weapon. There is no nuclear weapon is used, but still this is wrong, and that is not right. Another thing is that Mandar said that Homi Jahangir Baba, about Sri Homi Jahangir Baba, that he was in favor of developing a nuclear state. I agree about it. But we have to develop power plants, nuclear power plants for energy. And some says that weapon can be used for generation of nuclear power, that is a quite absurd point. I would like to talk about the nuclear radiation that caused in the Japan, in Tokyo and Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There were many causes. There was a birth defect in the child. Those are not responsible for this war. These things is quite serious about the nuclear bomb use. You're talking about USA and USSR. Both are countries that are developing so much nuclear weapons and so many less time. So, do you think that they are investing about $9 trillion from 1946 to 1996? That was a 50 years time, and they were spending $9 trillion. If we spend that money in the education or developing more nuclear power plant, that will be quite beneficial for environment. You know that nuclear radiation causes a lot of problem, and there is a topic that is called nuclear winter. It will cause, because if we drop a nuclear bomb in a very small area, and if the unburned particle, that is nuclear waste, goes to the surrounding atmosphere, if it mixes with the atmosphere, there will be a cloud formation in our atmosphere, and what is the problem is that it will cover the sun, and if it will cover the sun, there will be a winter. Our environment will not handle that much effort. Today we have developed a hydrogen bomb, nuclear bomb, that is atom bomb, and at that time in 1940s, about 1 lakh people died in Hiroshima and Nagasaki because of single bomb, and it was able to destroy full Japan economically and socially, every background. We are not focusing. We are focusing on war. We have to talk about nationalism. Is it a nationalism for having a nuclear weapon for a country? We are doing such thing for prouding, and we are not able to use them. If we use them, it will be a problem for a country to recover from that. And India is I accept the fact that India is a good nation and is responsible for nuclear weapons. But I don't able to see that there is a very security reason. One quote I want to said by the respectable Barack Obama was that nuclear weapons set a risk for US security. You people may understand that. What is this statement? This statement says that if this weapon goes to the any terrorist organization like Al Qaeda or ISIS, and they will use that to USA, and there is a very problem. And my another son will be speaking about them nuclear. That is called nuclear terrorism. Thank you. I would like to talk about we are using science not for destroying. We have to use science for bettering the humankind. Thank you.
Okay, may I?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so I would like to your counter your facts by point per point. First, you mentioned about Russia-Ukraine tensions. So you are knowing that due to nuclear weapons, Russia also has threat from US, as Ukraine is not a member. Russia also has threat from US that after invading Ukraine, Russia had to go to war with the USA. So nuclear weapon is preventing this. So second point is also you call terrorism, nuclear terrorism. But you know that how to operate nuclear bombs. Does terrorists have any knowledge about how to operate nuclear bomb? They does not know lock system. They does not know fusion system. They does not know how to handle it. So how they will operate the nuclear bomb? So it is baseless point now. Second, you said that after USA bombed Japan, there are so much radiation. Then think that if Japan had nuclear bomb, will USA dare to attack the Japan? Will USA dare to attack Japan if Japan had nuclear bomb? So it is truly a baseless point. It does not have any meaning. Another point you raised that why we should spend that money on the education. Okay now. So listen, education is important for the good use of nuclear bomb. Okay. You are listening, Suraj? Good use of nuclear.
Yes, I am listening. You can
Yeah.
complete.
Okay, so okay.
I'd like to say this one.
You are
This points you're trying to convince the judges, not your not your opposing team. So you should not mention any participant's name. You should just state your point
okay.
and
Sorry,
in
sorry
time
for
limit.
that.
Please don't exceed time.
Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you also mentioned that in Japan 1 lakh people died. Okay, so if there were no nuclear weapon, then many large scale war were be played during that during that span. So nuclear weapons are just preventing that wars. They are just decreasing the numbers of deaths. So there is no number like 1 lakh people died due to nuclear weapons. The nuclear weapons just preventing the numbers. Thank you for this.
I would like to reply.
Just preventing the numbers. Thank you for.
Can I speak now? Or just move on?
Yeah, go on.
We should go to third speaker. Means our third speaker,
Yes,
fourth
yes,
speaker
yeah.
are remaining.
No problem.
You should try
Yes, I
to
think
make
I
it
will speak now.
teamwork. Avishka, there is voice
so-
static.
Yes, am I audible now? Yes, so
we are-
I'm Avishkar. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great.
So I am Avishkar Power, and I am in support of the fact that countries must possess nuclear power, nuclear weapons. So to prove my point more strategically, let us look back in history. Not much back, like 80 years back, when World War took place, the number of people that died were in millions. Similarly, in World War II. World War II was, in fact, the single-handed most cruel thing ever happened on this globe. But when you think about the Cold War that happened between USA and USSR, you'll realize that there were no deaths. Why? Because each country was afraid about, like for example, America and Soviet Union were afraid about the other ones. Like they didn't attack. USA didn't attack USSR because they knew that USSR also has nuclear weapons. So that contradicts the point that what my fellow opposition party member said, and he also spoke about nuclear radiation. So I'll like to put forth the point that once a nuclear weapon has been made, it can't be destroyed. So if you are saying that after using a nuclear weapon, the radiations are harmful, then if you try to destroy a nuclear weapon because it is harmful on using, then it is impossible. The radiations are inevitable, and that will happen. Also, he spoke about nationalism, that having a weapon is not nationalist, isn't prone to a nationalist feeling. Yes, I agree with it, but it is the right of every individual and every nation to protect its boundaries and itself. So it easily contradicts him. And there is also a very nice lyric written by Tom Lerell. He is a great diary writer. He says that Lords are shepherds, says the psalm, but just in case, let's have a bomb. So that is what we are. We are humans. We have created the weapons that is able to destroy the every single human race, and it is necessary for every country to have nuclear weapons because it maintains a global stability. Like for example, let me explain it with an example. So the situation of nighttime female workers in India is not unknown. They are in misery now because of molestation and all that stuff. So the Delhi government started a campaign to just to enhance the society and change their view about female nighttime female workers. But when they didn't find any change in the society, what they did was they taught every nighttime female worker martial arts. So that is what it must be done in global perspective also. Yes, I agree with my fellow contradictor that he said nuclear weapons are dangerous. Yes, it is dangerous, but it is the need of this time. And by saying this, I rest my case. Thank you.
Shall I continue?
Who is going to go next? Pranav? Are you
Yes.
done?
Yes,
I would like you to please switch on your cameras. Yeah,
okay.
please.
So I want to reply to Vedant that he just said that terrorists don't know how to use nuclear weapons. Hey, we can't talk about that because they are having lot of intelligent peoples right now. So if they acquire it, it's like cake to drop it somewhere. So we can't talk about that. We should talk about how to prevent, how to secure our nuclear weapons. So I want to talk about the nuclear terrorism. We know that nuclear weapon is a technology that should be handled very carefully. There are some irresponsible or underdeveloped countries like Pakistan having notable number of nuclear weapons. And in 2009, a paper published by West Point Military Academy, in that paper, they noted that Pakistan's test site was attacked 3 times by Al Qaeda. And that is a big thing to worry, because if Al Qaeda can attack nuclear site that easily, then they can also acquire it. When if terrorist associations like Al Qaeda will be having such hazardous technology, then world peace will be in a big trouble. Because so I think development of nuclear weapon is the only thing responsible for disturbance in world peace. If we wanna build a peaceful future, then we should do something to stop the development of nuclear weapons. And you just talk about our defense and all that. If no country is having nuclear weapon, then there will be no fear. If there is no fear, there will not be any type of need to keep our supremacy and all. And ultimately, the peace will be maintained. So that's what from my side.
May I?
So,
Yes,
Go on, go on.
Rishabh, go on.
okay. Hello, I'm Rupert
Hello,
here.
and guys, I'm sorry to interrupt you again, but I want you guys to mind the time limit, and I would like you guys to state points and not elaborate them into too deep. State your facts, please. Okay, go on. Start it.
Hello. Hello, I'm Rishabh Koth here to support the existence of nuclear weapons. And mark my words here, it's the existence of nuclear weapons and not the use of it. Okay? So I'd like to counter some points made by the fellow opponents. So at first, Pranav, he said that if Al Qaeda can, he said that Al Qaeda can get their hands on nuclear weapons if they attack some Pakistan's nuclear sites. So the only way to stop Al Qaeda would be if other nations would agree to attack Al Qaeda via nuclear weapons. So only the nuclear weapons can stop Al Qaeda from attacking anyone. There's no other way for it. And also, I would like to counter give some points made by fellow opponents earlier. So Sheetal said that nuclear weapons causes destructions and deaths, as it was caused during Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So I agree that nuclear weapons must not be used, but how will you make sure that other countries won't make an attack on you? You can't just sit there idly while other countries hatch a plan to attack or dominate you. For that reason, one must have nuclear weapons for their own security reasons. And Suraj mentioned that the money spent on nuclear weapons should be spent for other useful purposes. So I want to say that the money spent on the money is that the money the country is spending is for the country's security. If one can't just maintain the security of a country, how they will able to surpass in other fields like technology? At first, one needs to make a foundation for the sake of a country. So yeah, okay, so let me just conclude about what I think about it. So let me just start right away and logically take you through the process of why the country should possess nuclear weapons. Now, one cannot deny the fact that nuclear weapons have potential to cause mass destruction, and in spite of that, we are here supporting weapons of mass destruction. You might find this probably lame or stupid, but after further explanation, you would find that the other way around is way more stupid than you imagine it might to be. That is to not have nuclear weapons and the harm that a world without nuclear weapons might cause, making nuclear weapons secretly. Because the idea about it already exists, and not just countries but various terror organizations like ISIS do exist, and I don't need to explain what such terrorist organizations are capable of and what harm they might cause if they get their hands on nuclear weapons. And one can't just rely on promises and treaties. Because even if one nation or organizations get their hands on nuclear weapons, that that would be threat to not just a country but to the whole world. So to sum up, one cannot put the stake of whole country on a single treaty or a promise. Now that would be sheer stupidity. That is to not have nuclear weapons, and one can't possibly argue against this. So the only way to prevent nuclear wars is to have nuclear powered countries. That's the only way to make sure of one's security. So yeah, that's what I want to say about it.
Yeah, okay, Rishabh. Now, the other person who is going to go, I'd like the every person from the team to perform. Everyone should perform, and please on your cameras if you're going to say something.
I would like to go direct point on my. Then, are you saying that nuclear weapon is the peace, maintaining peace?
Pratik, on your camera, please.
On the camera.
नहीं है, नहीं दिख रहा. अभी है, okay. And guys,
साक्षी है उसका टीम.
guys, 5 minutes का time limit है. 5 minutes होने के बाद मैं रोकने वाली. So, convince your point properly.
So I would like to counter for that point. Means no country have they have to destroy all their weapons. See who make the nuclear weapons? United States, USSR, and China. Means they are the brutal countries. And why they should destroy their own weapons? Because USA is superpower due to because they have the nuclear weapons at the pocket, and world is afraid of it. So why they destroy their nuclear weapons? If they cannot destroy, then why should we destroy? Means this is the mindset of world countries, and so many countries, new countries like Iran and Iran, like they are trying to match up in this race. Then no one, this is not possible. Like we should destroy our nuclear weapons and we should pray for peace. This is not possible. Yes.
For maintaining the peace, how many nuclear weapons you have? The number.
One nuclear weapon have ability to maintain peace all over the world.
Yes.
Why are you producing the production rate, increasing the production rate?
See, no country has producing most weapons. Their numbers are just like what we say, they are saturated. Like they are neither increasing it, neither decreasing it. So you have to get knowledge about that.
We are getting advanced technology, so we are taking advanced technology weapons also, hydrogen bombs. After that, nuclear bomb. After the hydrogen bomb after the many others technology, modern technology are getting us up. Then we are facing, where our family is going to into the, after some days we are going to a nuclear zone.
See, offense is the defense. See, before 50 years, people are in Cold War era. Now, at that time, they are improving their technology. But today, yes.
Pratik,
Yes,
mute
Sakshi.
your mic, please. If the other person is talking, we are hearing your static. Okay.
See, nowadays people are not improving their technology in the nuclear field. Nowadays, people are improving their technology in artificial intelligence or future things. So this is the old thing that why we are increasing hydrogen bomb or like that. This is the before 30 or 50 years. This is the main problem. That today the technology are shifting. So existence weapons were not be destroyable because they are the existent knowledge of that, and people cannot destroy their weapons by saying only by signing on treaty peace, United Nations peace treaty like that. And I also want to counter that Pakistan point. India and Pakistan sharing their location of nuclear bombs at the 1st January every year. So there we India know where is the Pakistan's nuclear installations, and also Pakistan know the India's. Means this is the very good initiative that will take by all our nuclear weapon holding countries. I will support this initiative by India. And if you say the Al Qaeda or attacking this, Pakistan is the like puppet of China and America. America will definitely ensure that these powerful weapons are not in hand of terrorists, and they will ensure their security. And I also want to say that everybody is not making nuclear weapons on the mass destruction or like Hiroshima like that. We are so many countries are making the tactical weapons also. Means they if you fire a weapon, they will destroy only some army installations or some small part of this. And this is also good use of nuclear weapons at the time of war, because the offense is the real defense nowadays. Thank you.
May I?
Okay, go on.
Also, I want to oppose to that statement that दुनिया झुकती है झुकने वाला चाहिए, because if that country going to be supreme, what should other poor countries do? All the person in world have their right of life. You are spreading terror by keeping weapons. Is it rational if we concern humanity? Because humanity is the one bond that is joining the world. So the nuclear energy used weapons can be used for all work for human welfare, like energy generation using nuclear energy for the developing nations like India.
So I would like to conduct.
Have you concluded your point, Sheetal?
Yes.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay.
See,
Go on then.
my point is for saying that if you challenge our power, then we can oppose you in same talk. Means if you challenge and we are taking peace talk, this is not possible. Like,
See here, the most countries which are the P5 countries or countries like India have nuclear weapons, but they are also have responsibility to develop the world. That recently we Indians are extending the line of credit, soft loans to the other nation for their development. Though we are nuclear state, we are not spreading any like terror like thing now. We are extending them line of credit, soft loans. We recently give line of credit to Sri Lanka, $500 million. So it is a good thing that.
and I also say that now time the technology giant companies from USA, China, means they are contributing in both. India also now so many startups are startups were developing in India, that we are having the nuclear weapons at the back end of our pocket. Means we have the our last option is nuclear weapons. Means we are not supporting the use of nuclear weapons. This will be destroyable. But existence of nuclear weapons, we cannot neglect that nuclear weapons are not good. It is bad, but existence, we cannot deny the existence of nuclear weapons. So we have to catch up with world, and we have to defeat in their voice.
See, we are supporting the fact that possession of powerful nuclear weapons by the countries. We are not supporting that we should attack that country directly. So you should understand the difference between attack and possession.
And also, I want to
Okay.
say that.
Hello.
I want to say.
Just one point, Mandar and everyone. I would like everyone is asking for other speakers to speak. You should give them a chance if they are asking to speak.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You're not the only person in this team. They should get a chance to, because आपको teamwork पे marks मिलेंगे.
I have to reply you. The point is that about Iran and North Korea, they are developing their.
Suraj, your voice. थोड़ा बाहर ले आओ. Suraj, Dev.
We see that very.
Suraj Dev, your voice. No one is able to hear it properly.
Both my.
1 minute.
My question again. How much?
Stop trying to say it on that headset. Just plug in some cords, normal cords.
Much nuclear to maintain peace?
Okay, Pratik, you say that. Pratik,
Word better.
Pratik, if you have your point, you can continue. We cannot hear Suraj Dev or Avishkar. You can continue.
My point is again, how many weapons countries.
Awaz, we are not able to hear. Can you please, everyone, check your connections?
Yeah, I am also.
Now
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Avishkar, Surajdev, Pratik, please check your connections again. Are you having proper internet connections?
sorry,
No, no.
आवाज सुनाई दे रहे हैं प्रतीक?
Hello, Pratik. We are able to hear your voice, but it's breaking in between, and we are hearing some static too. So, can you please just go to a proper range area?
So,
Not you too, Avishkar.
Hello,
We are facing.
my voice is clear.
Yeah, Surajdev. Go on.
I would like to tell that about 9 countries are possessing nuclear weapon, and that is, you know, which countries are USSR or Russia or USA. There are various countries, but I would like to highlight that Iran and North Korea both are developing the nuclear weapon, and you know that what North Korea is doing. They are not developing their nation; they are developing nuclear weapon only. Are you able to see that? You are talking about education. It is not possible. If you are developing nuclear weapon, either you choose nuclear weapon or you have to develop your own country. We want equality between every individual. That is the point. A stable country is about the people they live, not about the what kind of equipment they have. I do agree that we have some sort of nuclear weapon, and what India is doing, that is absolutely correct. But what the big nations that are major economies of this world, they are not doing. They did that. I think 1996 was the year in which they all of them stopped these nuclear weapon testing. Okay, so I would like to conclude that we have to take some nuclear weapon for safety, but we have to focus on the developing economy, developing jobs, developing the country that is required, not the patriotism. Thank you.
Great, great. Now the next
so, am
one.
I audible now?
I would like to counter argue that.
Oh,
He mentioned about North Korea, right? He mentioned about North Korea.
Rishabh, let your teammate speak too. If he has a point, he should speak.
He has point.
Avishkar?
Rishabh want to speak.
Avishkar, please keep your phone or laptop, whatever you have, in stable position, and then speak. Otherwise, your voice is breaking.
Okay. So it is audible now.
Yeah, you're audible.
So what opposition said was the world would be a better place if all the nuclear weapons would be seized. So my question is, who would seize the weapons? UN. If your answer is UN, then the UN is being dominated by the countries that possess the most nuclear weapons. Like for example, Soviet Union, France, USA. All those nations who possess nuclear weapons in a number more than 1,000 have dominance in United Nations. So if you say that developed countries in United Nations should sit together and say that North Korea shouldn't have any nuclear weapon, India shouldn't have any nuclear weapon, then that is just racist. That is just discriminatory. And what I think is, yes, Kim Jong-un is a crazy dictator. I agree with it. But if you put yourself in his shoes, then you'll realize that what he is doing is rational. I agree that he's pushing his country to poverty and all that stuff, but he's also afraid of America. So his point of view to defend his country is actually rational. So I don't think there must be any opposition or any contradiction of my point that every country should possess nuclear weapons, and that is what I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. Good point, Avishkar. Great going. Now, next participant. Pratik, okay.
You are telling that the nuclear
your camera, Pratik.
We have to better upgrade to. It's all okay. But getting upgraded, we have gotten lot of more weapons. We have already stored weapons. So we are going to live in the world that full of nuclear weapons. And that's my point.
So what you are saying is we can defend a sword with a needle. That is impossible. If a country has a nuclear weapon, then the defending country should also have a nuclear weapon. A person can't fight a sword with a needle. That is what I am saying. That is what we are saying as a team.
I think that is wrong. We are not thinking that we should have a nuclear weapon. I'm considering the fact that only 9 countries out of 200 countries are having nuclear weapons. And if every country want to have nuclear weapons, then there will be a problem. There will be a focus on the developing wars. And if we are developing nuclear weapons for safety, that is correct. But we have to develop some only. There is a change. If you attack another country, X country, and that country will get angry, and that country will also attack that Y X country. The reason is that both countries are having loss. Being in war, or the people of the point is that the X country people are dying. They are innocent people, and Y people, country people also. There is a problem with the leader, what they are doing. If leader takes right decision, wise decision with them, then the point is right.
May I now?
You are just contradicting the point that I clarified previously. I just said that nuclear weapons can't be destroyed. So if you are saying that we can seize nuclear weapons of these power nation, then it is impossible. And I think now you are saying that it is not possible for every country to have nuclear weapon. But I think in the future it would be possible. Now African countries like Rwanda and Nigeria, they are also developing nuclear weapons, and the experiments are going on. So if every country in this world have nuclear weapons, then no other country would even dare to attack or even start the World War III. And I think World War III is, it would be the end of the world. That is what I'm saying.
Yes, of course, it would be the end of the world, but you are talking about Rwanda, whatever African country. You know that what is the per capita of African country? They are developing nuclear weapons.
Okay, now give another speaker a chance to speak. Give another speaker a chance to speak. This is not an argument round.
Just wait. I want to clear that. The capital income of
your voice, Avishkar, it's breaking.
Per capita income of India is less than Bangladesh.
Avishkar, 5 minutes. Okay, so I think.
Hello.
Avishkar, speak once. Avishkar.
Yes, so what I was saying that per capita income of India is even less than Bangladesh, and yet India has nuclear weapons. So it is not all dependent upon the per capita income. Per capita income of Nigeria is going to cross per capita income of India, and it is going to happen. Now Bangladesh is having per capita income greater than India's, yet it is not having any nuclear weapon, and India is having. But India is dominating the global politics more than Bangladesh because of our position in nuclear weapons.
Next.
Can I continue?
Yeah. Switch on your camera, please.
Yes. You are talking about global strategies and what countries should do, what they should not do. We are not here to talk about that. It's becoming a race to have the power, to have the supremacy, and this race gonna end very bad. So if the development stop right now, then it is possible that this race end well. And the race wouldn't start.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a treaty called NPT, that is Non-Proliferation Treaty. This treaty prevents the spread of nuclear weapons, where the signatories of this treaty promise that they will not share any nuclear technologies to the other countries. Okay, so there is not like race-like thing that today only 7 or 8 countries possess nuclear weapons. So nuclear weapons will be possessed by other countries is like less chance.
but the chance is there. There is a less chance, but chance is there. They are trying to develop new nuclear weapons, and they want to become the powerful country in the neighborhood. So if we stop developing them, if we get to a treaty that everyone shouldn't talk about or shouldn't state or get a statement about having nuclear weapons and all that, then the world will be in a peace.
Okay, now who wants to counter this point? And other speakers, please don't stay quiet. State your points too.
So, can I speak, or anybody from our team is willing to speak? Yes, so
What did you say?
I'll continue. Am I not audible enough?
Okay. You're audible.
So what my fellow contradictor said that he said that the world would be a better place without possession of nuclear weapons, and the race towards development of nuclear weapons should just stop now. So America is possessing more than 50,000 or more than 50,000 nuclear weapons, and yet India is I think it is below 100 also. So just to create a stability in this world, that we have learned in physics in 10th standard also, to acted upon a block in opposite direction doesn't move. So this stability is very important in global perspective.
Your voice, अभी का point convey नहीं हुआ. Your voice, it's breaking.
So I'll not on the camera because I think it is affecting my range.
Good. Okay.
So
कोई बात नहीं.
So what I'm saying is, in 10th standard we have learned that two forces acted upon an object. Hello?
Yes, audible. Speak.
So what I was saying, that two acting upon an object in opposite direction provides stability to that object. Like for example, if a block has been subjected to force in two opposite directions, then the block will not move. There is stability, but there is a just the requirement that the two forces must be equal for that stability. The similar thing goes in the global perspective, that all the countries should start developing nuclear weapons and just have equal amount of nuclear weapons, and there must be uniformity of nuclear weapons in all the countries, so that no other country should dare to start a war.
Okay, anyone to counter this point?
Surajdev, can you share the screen?
It's a verbal debate. Why you are sharing screen?
I don't think it is a PowerPoint presentation.
Can anybody give me some idea what is going on? What are you guys trying to share something?
Pratik want to share some facts, so
he wants to share some graphs. Not allowed. You have to tell that content verbal. No screen sharing is allowed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I would like to explain what is the.
Switch on your cameras, please. If you're not having any connection problem.
I can explain, Pratik.
What did you say?
Okay.
Who's speaking? Surajdev, if you are, switch on your camera, unmute yourself and speak.
I would like to tell that what Pratik was going to say is that from 1945 to 2014, USA developed 4,760 weapons, nuclear weapons, warhead जिसको बोलते हैं, and Russia developed 4,300 warhead. France developed 300, Japan 250, China 250, United Kingdom 225, Pakistan 120, India 110, Israel 80. The matter of fact is that as of January 2021, there is a rise of number between how much we are developing. 6,255. That was for Russia, and for Russia it was 4,300 from 2014. They have developed. and Russia developed 6,255. This is a large number. There is a 2,000 gap. Okay, it is the same case for USA. You can check it on Google anywhere. Okay.
That means a total 30,819 nuclear warheads are present nowadays. Then
Pratik,
more.
you spoke out of turn. It was chance for the support team to speak. No two speaker of the same team should speak at once.
So what people you trying to convey us? Please explain it again.
What I wanted to say that you were talking about that we have to develop nuclear, but only few countries like Russia and USA that are most powerful countries are developing nuclear weapons. China is also doing same, and the country who has signed for treaty, France and United Kingdom, India, I'm not including Pakistan in that, they are not doing that. Okay. Yeah, only, and you are talking about that African countries, and I want to counter that. In Africa, there is a very less of illiteracy rate, and there are a lot of a problem than solving a nuclear problem. Okay.
I want to counter his point. Today world order is changing, and by changing world order, we have to adopt this, and we have to change by this. Every country has different policy makers. At the time of 1998, India set up his nuclear doctrine, and from this, every country has the different like that means, for example, like India, every country has different nuclear program and different aim to put nuclear weapons. Every country is not have destructive mindset like US, United States and like that. So also the every country's leadership changing, their generations change, elections happen, but the main nuclear policy will not change, and they will keep constant their nuclear policy and maintain peace.
Okay, are you done?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, then who's the speaker? Who's the next speaker? Please counter this point and add your own. Do not stay silent. Try to make this debate more expressive.
Okay, so
More.
I would like to recall one incident from 1919 Kargil War. Okay, so Bill Clinton was on the phone call to the Atal Bihari Vajpayee and saying that Nawaz Sharif is giving threat to US that he will bomb, he will attack nuclear weapon on India. But after reply to that, his respected His Excellency Atal Bihari Vajpayee said that if today Pakistan attacked India, then there will be no any country like Pakistan. If India does not have this nuclear weapon, then we did have courage to face Pakistan.
The main point is, if USA does not have that, then who will talk about that we will destroy India and all that? If not a single country is having nuclear weapons, then there will be no fear at all.
But you can't possibly destroy nuclear weapons.
So again,
They
you
are
are
already
saying
in
the same.
existence.
I've cleared that previously only, that nuclear weapons can't be destroyed. Then how are you saying that if no country has any nuclear weapons, then the world would be a better place? So the nuclear weapons can't be destroyed, and that is what I'm saying from a long time.
But we can come through a treaty, na? We can
Is
come
everyone able to hear me? So I would like to say your timing has come to an end. We have 4 minutes remaining. So I would like you guys to hurry up with your conclusions and tell the points
I would
properly.
like to
And we are
conclude
going
now.
to end the debate then.
I have to
I would like to
question
conclude.
again. मैं
Just
प्रतिभा
leave it. We have to conclude now. Na?
Okay.
मेरा last question है.
My
Conclusion में strong points बताओ. Conclude
I would
करो
like to
strong points.
conclude that nuclear weapons are a destroyer for humankind. I would like to conclude that we can use nuclear weapon we are not using nuclear weapon. Instead, we have to focus on developing the power plant, developing finding other ways to use nuclear weapon. There are alternative ways. There is a various alternative, like we can use them in rocket, and this could low cost be. I'm not a scientist, but I would like to tell that we can use them in rocket for energies and what we use in fuel. It is tough, I know that, but I think we can. Okay, I read some article while researching over. Thank you.
Okay,
So I
yes.
would like to take it from our side. Can I?
Yeah,
Okay,
go on.
Avishkar.
Okay, so I would conclude with just a simple point that just like Vedant said from our side, that possession is very important. It is not necessary that if we have nuclear weapons, we should use them. Possession is very important because dominance is how this world works. And if you are saying that if there is no nuclear weapon in this world, then the world would be like a fairy tale. But this is not Disney. This is a real world, and brutal things are happening in this world, and they will happen. Why? So that is what I am saying, that every country must possess nuclear weapons because it is the need of the time, and it is a responsibility of each and every nation to protect its boundaries as well as its people. I rest my case. Thank you.
Great.
But Disneyland is not having grenades and AK-47s, na?
Pranav,
Yes, that is what I said. The world is not a Disneyland. It is a real world with brutal happenings.
Yes. I am telling that every country should choose peace instead of war. Right?
I'm sorry to say this,
Yes,
but
every country.
the debate has been concluded. And that was the conclusion point. Pranav, you should not have asked a question again.
My conclusion is that in future we are going to live in the nuclear weapons world.
By saying the fairy tale and Disneyland, he is disrespecting our conclusion. You should note that.
Okay.
Disrespecting. Okay, that is a big.
Okay, we are not here to fight. We are not here to fight. Participants should mention their points and then conclude your points. You are not here to fight. And this is not a major debating stage. You should just conclude your points, and the judges will decide which team will win. Here, start right now. Final conclusions right now.
Okay, so I would like to
Vedant,
ask that nuclear weapon is the last stop. That if country does not have any option, then it will use nuclear weapons. And also, my fellow contradictors ask that we should concentrate more on the education development. Listen me, if you develop your nation, develop your education system, develop your other things, but what if other countries nuclear weapon attacked you? It will get useless na direct. So you must possess nuclear weapons to save your country, to save your development, to save your people, and that's all.
Okay. The opposition.
For our dominance, for our priority, in future we are going to live in a world that's full of the nuclear weapons. Then what? That is very dangerous.
Pratik, we are not posing a question, we are concluding. Anyone with the conclusion
I'd like
here?
to conclude. I have already mentioned my conclusion. That was nuclear power generation is the solution for nuclear. And you know that there is enough amount of uranium and plutonium and various isotopes of uranium are available. And instead of making nuclear weapon, we can develop nuclear power plant. That is the point. And I think the spending of money that we are posing on nuclear weapon, we have to reduce them and make sure that they are going to right thing and the right place. Because we are not using nuclear weapon, but still we are developing various nuclear weapons. Not India. I am not targeting my own country. I love my India. Thank you.
Sorry to say that, but the opponents are going off the track. They are not keeping on the track now.
Okay, guys, can we conclude this debate right now?
Okay, just one sentence last.
Yes.
Just one sentence.
Yes, you can.
Okay, add the
I
sentence.
think we are done with it. It was one of the best debates of all the time. ठीक है, थोड़े time में
Just
तो
one
Republic
sentence.
film बनने वाला
May
था.
I just one sentence?
अरे we heard your points. It was great.
Dada, just one sentence. I am not.
अरे चलो, अरे let the judges take over. Karan, Khushi, Chetna, if you come up.
Vedant,
with
wait
right?
a minute. Like you guys have many points, ना? तुम लोगों ने बहुत सारे points बोले. खासकर
I just want to
आविष्कार,
conclude
अरे this is an endless
Vedant.
debate यार. We can't saying that.
Like
just one sentence.
Yeah. So to conclude, it was a great debate. Support and oppose दोनों के points बहुत अच्छे थे. And some of the points were something which just like hit me. इतने अच्छे कि even I didn't thought कि इस way में भी सोच सकता है कोई that type. Just shut up, Nirmit. Not diplomatic, but seriously, the points were great, and the results will be announced soon. But seriously, बहुत सारे लोगों ने like seriously, कुछ points seriously hit me. They were like totally awesome. I didn't even expected that. बस like एक मुझे लगा बस एक वे पे डिबेट होगी, बट आप लोग ने ऐसे पूरा सेग्रीगेट कर दिया उसको into different sections. And then you had the debate, so that was a great thing, and all of you were really great. And I hope like the main intention behind this, like Sakshi ne organize kiya, but it was to make you guys comfortable with public speaking skills, right? Because they are important, and yahi se aap log ko ek great start milega in order to be that confident, in order to put your ideas wherever you go. So yeah, great initiative, Sakshi, and I hope to see more debates. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Chetna being Chetna, right?
Hey, I wasn't diplomatic. No, I wasn't diplomatic at this point. Okay, you can't
That's
say
something जो मैं हर जगह comment करूँगा, तो तू छोड़ दो.
सुन. Like
that. I wasn't diplomatic. No.
सुनो, तुम लोग के points काफी अच्छे थे. ठीक है, कुछ पॉइंट जैसे चेतना बोल रही है कि हम लोग को बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे लगे. एक ने बोला था वर्ल्ड इज नॉट अ डिज्नी प्लेस, डिज्नीलैंड समथिंग, ऐसा कुछ बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट था वो. एवरीथिंग इज ग्रे, सब अच्छा होगा, लाइक सारे कंट्रीज ये वेपन्स सीज कर देंगे. लाइक काफी अच्छे पॉइंट थे. एंड जो अगेंस्ट में थे उन्होंने भी एक अच्छा पॉइंट कहा था कि इफ यू हैव वन न्यूक्लियर वेपन व्हाई यू नीड मोर ऑफ देम. खाली 9 कंट्रीज वेपन रखे. लाइक काफी अच्छे पॉइंट थे. बट प्रॉब्लम कहाँ आ रहा था ना, आपको पता है, आप लोग को टीम वर्क में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ रहा था. लाइक अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ, निर्मित बोल रहा है, चेतना बोल रही है, तो हम तीनों अगर एक टीम में हैं तो मैं ये देखूंगा कि मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, निर्मित क्या बोल रहा है, चेतना क्या बोल रही है. मैं ट्राई करूंगा कि सब के सब सही से बोले. लाइक ऐसा हो रहा था कि एक टाइम पे कोई लोग चैट्स में डाल रहे थे, ठीक है, कुछ लोग बीच में लाइक बोल रहे थे. तो ये थोड़ा कम रखो. लाइक एक टॉलरेंस पावर रखो. एक रखो कि मैं जो भी बोल रहा हूँ वो मैं एक बार में बोल दूँ, ठीक है. मैं या फिर कम टाइम में ज़्यादा चीज़ें बताने का ट्राई करूँ, ठीक है. सो बाकी बहुत अच्छा डिबेट था. तुम लोगों ने जो फैक्ट्स लाए थे वो मेरे को बहुत अच्छे लगे. जो तुम लोग बात कर रहे थे अबाउट सम, इतना नॉलेज तुम लोगों ने अभी शायद CET JEE से आए हो. आई डोंट थिंक CET JEE से आने के बाद मेरे पास इतना नॉलेज था. मैं लास्ट फर्स्ट ईयर में ये सब यूट्यूब पे वगैरह पे बैठ के ये सब सीखा है कि अरे वर्ल्ड पॉलिटिक्स क्या है, ये क्या है. सो काफी अच्छा था तुम लोग का पॉइंट्स, और काफी कॉन्फिडेंट थे. लाइक आज देवांग भाई, मैं इतना कॉन्फिडेंट था क्या, लाइक व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड पॉडकास्ट एंड एनीथिंग. सो इट वाज ग्रेट.
Khushi.
And this, see guys, ये सिर्फ अपना first time था. We are going to conduct many more debates like this, and I would like much more participants. मतलब इस बार तो हमें दो बच्चे तो खींच के लाने पड़े कहीं से, तो हमारे ही participants खड़े करने पड़े. But next time I would like more people to take interest in this topic. And
नहीं यार, it's actually
yeah,
great.
we are going to conduct much more debates like this.
हम क्लब सोचते हैं
Actually, we got very great response.
नहीं.
Yeah. Response great था.
My point as a second है, हमें ऐसा लगता है क्लब्स में हमें बच्चे लाने पड़ेंगे I can bet on this. हमें जरूरत नहीं है, खुद आ जाएंगे. ठीक है. So we are really proud of you guys. अच्छा. And I would like to ask this to participants. How do you feel? Like एक दिन मेहनत करी, 1 घंटे बाद क्या लग रहा है? Do you feel a certain change in you? At least confidence level तो ऊपर हुआ होगा.
Of course.
है ना?
हाँ भैया, पार्टिसिपेशन
and
बस शुरू हुआ तो इसलिए मैंने बोल दिया.
Rohit, prepare a link for another meet. Students are asking.
Devang bhai, is it off?
कुछ ऐसा भी ज्वाइन करना है वो. Then वो डाल
YouTube
जल्दी.
जजेस के लिए यही